Hey, good morning everybody. Good morning Team Offutt. We are coming to you from Travis Drive here on Offutt Air Force Base. A topic that we needed to revisit after not being here for several months. I'd like to start by introducing a new face to Offutt, our new group superintendent in the Mission Support Group, Chief Cam Davis. He comes to us along with his family from Ramstein in Germany. Chief, anything to say to the crowd?
Well, thanks, sir. Hey, good morning, good day, everybody. I just want to say thanks for all the support you've given me so far. Me and my family are super excited to be here and start working on some of the problems for the community here that our group supports. So thanks for the intro, sir. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, Offutt, another reason why we're here on Travis Drive this morning is to introduce you to an expert. We have Mr. Mark Bridges with us this morning. He is a civil engineer by trade, been one for about 14 years. In 10 of those years, he's been working here in the 55th Civil Engineering Squadron, and he's leading the project here at Travis Drive. So good morning, and thank you for being with us this morning, Mark.
Thanks, sir.
Hey, so last July, you'll remember that Chief Thomas and I came out and kind of gave an intro to what was going on here on this roadway. Last July, we discovered that underneath the road is a lot of erosion. So I want to ask Mark, just how dangerous is the road condition here, and how severe is the problem?
Well, sir, the road is not safe for vehicles or pedestrians. In fact, we might be standing over, at least in part, a void or a large hole underneath the road right now. What's happened is over time, water's infiltrated the joints and the seams in the road, and it's collected underneath and gradually eroded away some of that subgrade. So what we're left is with holes or voids underneath the road that are up to 30 feet long, 4 feet wide, and up to 4 feet deep in some places.
All right, thanks, Mark. So my question is, I first got to Offutt on being the new guy. Colonel Dayton is driving me around the base. We stopped right down here in the street, and he shows me Travis Drive. And he tells me that it's in July that we have the problem. Here we are in August, 13 months later, and I know everything in the Air Force has a process. So my question for you is, where are we in the process? So if there are 10 steps to this process, what step are we at right now in getting this road fixed for our folks?
Thanks, Chief. So there are many steps in the process. So far, after we discovered the issue in July, we've had to justify to the Air Force Civil Engineering Center, or AFCEC, that we had an emergency requirement. We had to develop a cost for a potential solution to the problem, and to help us secure funding so that we can get the design process started for a solution that lasts. Right now, we're at the 15% mark in that design, and AFCEC has funded us up to that 15%. So after that, there will be a full design, and there will be requests for other funding, and then construction finally. But right now we're at 15%, and that's due in August.
Have there been any significant delays in the process this far?
There's usually a delay when things go to the Air Force Civil Engineering Center, or AFCEC. There are a lot of eyes on the same material, reviewing it, picking it apart. Other than that, there haven't been any real significant delays, just your normal government time of doing business.
Cool, thank you.
All right, Mark, so let's get down to it. We know that we didn't forecast spending money on this road. We didn't plan, we didn't budget this into what Offutt was thinking we would spend for road construction. So once we get through the process you just described, we get to a design, or maybe, let me back up on that a little bit. How long do you think it's going to take us to get from 15%, as you just described, to where we're actually breaking concrete and we're starting to fill in this area to make it more safe?
Oh, thanks, sir. So from 15%, at that point, we will send the planning charrette report that the AE develops, the architect engineer firm, and they will approve the recommendations that we provide.
Okay.
Once that happens, that'll take about a month, maybe two. Really tough to estimate. I know there are a lot of eyes on this. Leadership on base is on top of it, so that process may be shortened. After that, we'll apply for and secure funding for a full design. And the full design is probably, for a project of this scope, going to take 4 to 6 months, based on my experience. Once that's complete, we'll probably have another month, maybe 2 months, to secure funding and then advertise. And then there will be a month or two of proposals by different AEs or contractors who are interested in bidding the project. So essentially you're looking at 6 to 8 to maybe 10 months. But again, I know a lot of eyes are on this, and that process will probably be shortened.
Okay, so let's say it takes to 10 months before breaking concrete. Once that first bulldozer arrives here, how long do you think, based off your experience, it would take to just finish this project?
From the point that they break ground, if we're breaking ground in April, the beginning of the construction season, it could take anywhere from 4 to 6 months. I say 4 to 6 because anytime you open the ground, chances are better than even you're going to find something that you didn't expect.
Okay. So in a real or a best case scenario, we could see this project complete by August of 2021.
That's fair.
All right, thanks for that, Mark. So for my last question, what I'd like to do is just head up this way, and I'm going to ask a question that I think may be a little bit challenging for you. So why don't we just head up this way, and then I'll ask you the question up there.
Awesome.
Sound good? Cool.
Good.
Okay, so as we transition up here to the top of Travis Drive, and like I mentioned earlier, Mark, when Colonel Dayton was first showing me the problem here, we got there to the bottom, and you know, just being someone from a little small town in southern Utah and seeing a bunch of dirt roads and thinking about the people who are living over here, and hearing what your responses there to Colonel Dayton, thinking it's going to be just over 2 years before best case scenario we get this road fixed. I said out loud to Colonel Dayton, well, why can't we just bulldoze this hill right here and pave it over and let folks drive up here? And then learning that, you know, years ago, right over this way, where the sidewalk is, we had a road. Why can't we do that? Why can't we, you know, in the next 13 months while we wait for this construction project on this road to get fixed, why can't we just build a temporary road here or build one right over there? How come that can't be a solution for our folks over here?
Well, thanks, Chief. So if we consider putting a road, a temporary road even, through this grassed area to meet somewhere up here, you can see the slope is even steeper than Travis Drive is. That's based on my experience, that's a 12 to 15% slope, which means during icy conditions or during inclement weather, it's going to be tough to navigate your car down that road. Even right now, with Travis Drive, when snow plows are on it, they have a difficult time getting down the hill. Once they reach this point, they call it the point of no return. So once they're committed, they're going down to the intersection of Nelson and Travis. And you're correct, there was a road right behind the Child Development Center here. And the problem is, you can see Travis Drive slopes down, right down to that low point. And Lawson Drive, which is to the east there, all the water and stormwater drainage from the road meets at that one spot, and it washes that road out. So there will be constant repair every time that there's a rainfall event or inclement weather. So to avoid that, the obvious, in my mind, based on my experience, is to fix the problem that exists under Travis Drive now and not build a temporary road.
Good. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody, our true intent today was to get an expert in front of you. And so we're real grateful for what Mark Bridges brings to the fight here in the 55th Civil Engineering Squadron, as well as what he's doing here with this project. This is a thankless job. On top of the other projects he's managing for Offutt, this is in his wheelhouse, and we're very appreciative of what he's doing. Rest assured, we are focused on this project. We are trying to figure out with the Air Force Civil Engineering Center how to get to a design as quickly as possible, how to figure out the funding piece of this, and then ultimately when to break ground and get a project complete up here. You know, in the fall, Chief Thomas and I stood before you and said, we're going to get it done this year. What we didn't realize was how hard that would be within the budgetary constraints and with just the design of this project. So we're going to get after it. We've got to the 15%. We're going to get to the 100% design, and we're going to eventually put a road up in here. We realize this is hard for the 222 households that live behind us here in Kaufman Heights. We realize it's hard because it's a single point and single exit. We hear your feedback and we encourage you to give us more. And so we appreciate your time today, and I'd like to leave the last words over for the chief.
Thanks, sir. So I just want to say thanks to Mark for coming out and spending some time with us. We really appreciate it. Like the boss said, you know, when Colonel Dayton and I were having a discussion about how to present some information primarily to the residents over here, you know, I don't know anything about roads other than driving on them. And so we wanted to have an expert come out here and give you some information. And it's important for you all to understand and hear my heart on this. I know that you all see me and my mouth moving and know it's lip service and you want results. And I just want you to know that this is lip service and we're working really hard to get you results as soon as we can. I know that it's challenging for you to have a single point of entry like Colonel Dayton said. You're working hard on the flight line, you're working hard in your offices, and you want to get home as soon as possible, just like Colonel Dayton and all of us do. So we know it's challenging. We know that you want to get home. You know you want to use this road at Travis Drive. We're working hard for you. So wherever you see this video, whether it's Instagram or Facebook pages for the group commander here, or whether it's Offutt's Facebook page, put your comments there, give us some feedback. We're aware of some of the challenges, but we're not aware of all of them. So what we'd like is for you to give us that feedback. We're there, we're monitoring those pages. So give us your feedback and we'll be sure to respond if necessary, or at least be more aware of the challenges that it's causing you. So give us that feedback. Hopefully this was informative for you today, and keep giving us your feedback, and we'll be eager to support you more in the future. So thanks for viewing today.